Hey, have we seen this new superstar? Her name is Tish Hyman. This is the woman who belongs to a belonged, she was kicked out, to a Gold's Gym in California. There was a man pretending to be a woman that was using her locker room, and she just made a scene, which is what people need to do. She went to the front. There is a man in the locker room, and Gold's Gym isn't kicking him out. They're revoking my gym membership. Good on Tish James. Or I'm sorry, not Tish James. Wrong Tish. We don't like that. We don't like Big Tish. Tish Hyman is her name. So she actually attended an event that Scott Wiener, that crazy leftist, weirdo-looking guy from California, he's a state senator. His biggest accomplishments and goals is to neuter more children, call it gender-affirming care, and live in this crazy, weird society, which somehow is accepted in San Francisco. You know, he wants to take Nancy Pelosi's House seat when she retires. This is a dangerous, dangerous individual. But he was holding a little town hall meeting. Tish Hyman decided to show up and speak to a whole bunch of people in that room who agreed with Scott Wiener and his crazy, weird, disgusting policies. I want to play this video. We'll react halfway through, and I got a few thoughts on this that I can't wait to share with you. So here's Tish Hyman speaking with Scott Wiener.
Senator Weiner, as the only black lesbian here, can I please ask you a question because I flew here to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. As a lesbian woman who was attacked in the women's locker room at Gold's Gym this week by a self-identifying trans woman with a documented history of domestic violence, I'm deeply concerned about women's safety in female-only spaces. What would you say to women who are seeking assurance that their safety will be protected from men who, by California law, can self-ID as women in women-only spaces, sir? Please tell me.
Yeah, so we want, everyone to be safe, and we also know that, we have trans people, both men and women, who are men and women, and so, so if you're trans women or women.
Senator, you've done great things with the bills you've passed with the housing. I've read a lot of your bills, and like you said, there are bills that need to be opened up, and I'm telling you now, millions of women across America are being harassed and sexually assaulted in locker rooms. I'm a lesbian black woman. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic, and I do.
All right, so what I find hilarious about this video is you have a whole room of leftists. They're there. They obviously agree with Scott Wiener, but Tish Hyman is using buzzwords that they're automatically cloned to agree with. I am a black lesbian. Well, oh my goodness, Tish Hyman is part of the marginalized community. She checks 2 boxes right there. So I should agree with her, but she's saying things I don't agree with. What do I do? The panic on these people's faces. I always support black lesbians. How can she possibly disagree with me? And which side am I supposed to take? They're so confused. They're so confused. And I love the look of panic in this room as she starts to, disagree with Scott Wiener, loses her temper a little bit. This room has no idea what to do. Please go on.
But I do see a lot of these bills that you've passed that are dangerous for women and young children. And I understand that you're trying to be on a level playing field. And I'm here to represent my community because I hear a lot of things about my community in these bills. And I'm telling you as a woman, first and foremost, that this is dangerous and we need your help because you're in the office, you're gonna go in the Polisky spot. I wanna support you. I have millions of people behind me watching this right now. And we wanna know, are you going to protect women? Not trans women, women. Trans women are different things. Women. Listen, we need to protect women's safety. I was assaulted. I was assaulted. No, they are not. They are men. I was assaulted by men. He broke his wife's jaw so bad she needed reconstructive surgery. I'm a lesbian. I'm not transphobic and I'm black. So if there's another black woman in here who wants to tell me how they feel, please join in. But all of you are not. And I don't know who you are, what you are, but I'm a lesbian and I'm telling you right now, men are harassing women in the locker room.
Let's let him answer the question.
I'm just telling you, since y'all want to woo.
No, just let's.
Now I'm done. And by the way, I respect what you have done. I just want to let you know that.
Let's give the senator the opportunity.
I'm done.
I appreciate your point of view.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry that you were harassed,
Multiple times.
and I appreciate you talking about it. I think we need to protect the safety of all women, and that obviously that's incredibly important. And I also know that trans women are also brutalized in this country. So women and cisgender women are brutalized in this country, and we have to protect the safety of all women.
We have to protect women. We cannot be raped in the bathrooms by men that want to say they're women. They're not women. They're not women. I'm leaving. It's okay, but I'm not going to take it. I am leaving because you know what? You guys are not protecting women. You're doing a lot. The bills that you're passing for the law, I read a lot of them. They're great. But this things with the trans, it's not right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Go Tish Hyman. I love it because this woman's clearly not a Republican. She agrees with Scott Wiener and a lot of his things, and she keeps repeating the fact that she's a black lesbian. Nobody cares. On the right, nobody cares. The room is so confused. And what's funny is that, they're kind of speaking over each other because, she's talking about women and Scott Wiener is also talking about women, but included in that definition of women are men who pretend to be women. So they're talking over each other. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. But Scott Wiener, he's sitting with his legs crossed. No man should ever sit. I don't know if that's even possible to sit like that. His colored socks right up. It's just disgusting. So I love seeing them fight over this against each other. Trans women are not women. Trans women are obviously men pretending to be women. We all know that. I actually sell a shirt on that. By the way, check out my Twitter if you don't mind. It's my pinned tweet. I have a shirt. It says trans women are men. I know Larry covered this a couple months ago when I went to a Arlington school board meeting, and I yelled out to a group of transgender advocates. They want more neutered kids and men to expose themselves in locker rooms. I said, "There's no such thing as transgender children, only mentally ill parents." And the whole place went nuts, and I was shunned. And they said I'm a bully and all that kind of stuff, but I come from the Kurt Schlichter school of thought. In this case, we should be bullies. We should mock, shame, ridicule, shun from society. There should be no place for this thought in America. And the only way we actually get rid of it is to mock them and mock their families while you're at it. I mean, there's no place for this. So I want to go on a little rant, if you don't mind, about LGBT stuff. I'm going to guess you don't know this about me, but I'm actually gay. Okay. I'm a dude who's attracted to dudes. You probably didn't know that because my voice doesn't sound like that. I didn't put glitter on my cheeks before I began this show. I didn't even ask Kevin to change the intro song to Lady Gaga or Dua Lipa. It's also not the first thing I told you when I introduced myself, which is pretty common in the gay community. But yeah, I'm a dude who's attracted to dudes. If you want to turn the show off, that's fine. That's okay. But I think you're going to want to hear my perspective because I cannot stand the LGBT community. Okay? I don't associate myself with it. I want nothing to do with it. And they've done so much damage to this country. There is nothing more detrimental to gay people, and if they're fighting for gay marriage, than what the transgender community is doing to it. Okay? There is a difference between LGB, who you're attracted to, versus T, a dude who thinks he's a woman. They actually have nothing in common. And it's the transgender community that is dragging down every LGBT issue that exists. Okay? Gay support for gay marriage, it was actually at an all-time high, 4, 5, 6 years ago, something like that. Generally, the public has come to accept it. Whether you do or not, that's okay. If you think marriage should be between a man and a woman, that's okay. It doesn't come from a hateful position, in my opinion, and I'm not going to stop talking to you because of that. We may disagree on certain things here and there, but it doesn't come from a position of hate. What the transgender community is doing is latching on to someone's sexual attachment, sexual preference, LGB. What they do is latch onto that and drag everything down because, support for gay marriage keeps declining because everybody associates the groups together. They actually have nothing to do in common. And the left loves including the T's with the LGBs because, maybe the T's will get more accepted. And meanwhile, the right loves to include the LGBs with the T's because maybe support will decline if they're considered together. Nobody agrees with this trans crap. A dude who's attracted to a dude does not want dudes to be able to expose themselves to women in their locker rooms. There's separate spaces for that. And it's incredibly harmful to link the two together. When a trans shooter goes to Nashville or Minneapolis and shoots up the place because they're suffering from mental illness, the media and the left love to say that this person was from the LGBT community. Well, guess what? I have nothing to do with the mental illness that the trans community has. Nothing. And it is dangerous to link us together because who suffers? The gays. Okay? I wish there were more gays that would separate and say, no, we want nothing to do with you. And in fact, the trans agenda in itself is homophobic at its core. Because what do they do when they see young boys who, I don't know, maybe skips in the hallways or talks with a little bit of a lisp? They don't see that person as a potential, adult who might be gay. No, they see them as a recruit. Growing up to be happy and gay, that's not an option to them. You need to grow up as a woman. And essentially, they're eliminating gay people from existing. It is. There's no such thing as trading genders. Like, it's just not a thing. There's no such thing as transgender. And this is the hill I'm willing to die on. Okay? And then, you know what it also upsets me? Is that the right adopts terms and the left adopts terms like biological man. This is a biological man using a women's locker room. There is no need to use the word biological when discussing what a man is. We all know what a man is. We all know what a woman is. Why do we have to add an extra adjective to, make the left happy? So we can really specify what kind of man it is. If we're actually going to add an adjective among those who are transgender or those who are not transgender, let's add it to the ones who think they transitioned. Let's call them a fake man or a fake woman, but we know what a man is and we know what a woman is. That should be the basis. We're not changing the English language because you think someone can change their sex. It's absolutely absurd to me. It's disgusting, and we need to put an end to it. That's my rant, okay? So thank you for listening.